All right, now I had to talk Ante down a little bit this morning.
Yes, you did.
I came in, our usual routine, dapped him up. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm good. How are you, Tay? Man, Adam Silver's making me mad. I said, what? Wait a minute. What's going on here? He said, we'll talk about it on the show. Then I saw him editing a soundbite. I said, oh, my gosh. Tay, the floor is yours. I know Adam Silver said something to trigger you because I've never seen you act this way before.
Yeah, so he's talking about shortening games, possibly to 10 minutes, which we'll get into. We'll hear him say it. But he was on the Dan Patrick show.
Okay.
And Dan Patrick asked him, he said, hey, what are some of the things you're considering, changing in the NBA? Like, what are you guys talking about? Not even just considering, like, what is being floated out there? It may have some traction, may not.
Yeah.
But, we want to know. The people want to know. And so Adam Silver told us what he felt. And take a listen.
Something else that I'm a fan of, and I'm probably in a minority, as we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball, is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is
but
is
if
40
you
minutes.
like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about over time. I mean, incidentally,
But the pitch clock was dramatic, Commissioner.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I'm a fan of what baseball did. I'm a baseball fan, and I think some of those changes have really increased sort of the engagement, the entertainment value of the game. And so I'm paying a lot of attention to that. And in fact, I've used the pitch clock, the sort of the increasing the size of the base, et cetera, in meetings at the NBA to say, if baseball, which is more locked into tradition, and I don't mean that negatively, than any other sport. And part of what baseball provides is the tradition, the legacy, that if they're able to make those changes, certainly we shouldn't be afraid to look at changes as well. So, I also think, though, we have made a series of changes over the years. They haven't been as dramatic in many cases. We've changed the format in the last 2 minutes of the game so we wouldn't have as many stoppages. We have a coach's challenge now. We had the hack-a-shack issue. We changed the rule there. I mean, we added the cup, which we now have. We have a play-in tournament. I mean, so we've made significant changes.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate that the NBA is willing to change.
Yeah.
We've obviously seen this in the NFL. They change rules or anything in 5 minutes.
Right.
But, he brought up baseball there. Baseball needed to make their game shorter.
Yeah.
They needed the changes they made. I don't think the NBA necessarily needs that change. I'm fine with some tweaks here or there. I think this is just a panic of ratings. We're seeing ratings decline. They just signed this huge deal. So they're trying to get that interest and get those ratings where it's supposed to be. But look, the NBA's always been about stars. The NBA was struggling before Bird and Magic and Jordan. And then, they kind of pass that torch to AI and Kobe and Duncan. And then they pass the torch to what we're seeing now on the tail end with LeBron and KD and Steph.
Right.
I think this is just about these young Thundercats need time to win titles, coming to their own. And I think the NBA's fine. I think a lot of this stuff is panic, Ante.
Yeah. I had to take a deep breath as you finished up because I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell.
You are triggered.
Here's my thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Because he got me stuttering and stuttering. My thing is nobody asked the NBA to shorten the game.
That's right.
Nobody told the MLB, like, hey, your games are too long. Let's get rid of an inning.
Right.
Let's get rid of 2 innings.
Right.
And go to 7 or 8.
Yeah.
No one said that.
No.
They did a pitch clock. It made sense. It sped up the game.
It worked.
Right. You're telling me now that we're going to kill all the records, kill all of, points records.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. How we look at averages.
Yeah.
You think the three-pointer is bad now?
Oh.
If teams have less opportunities to score?
Oh.
You know how bigger a 3-pointer is if you play a 50-point game versus a 100-point game?
Yeah, less possessions. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you think the 3-point issue is bad now, which you told us the last time we listened to you that you were going to fix, and you want to shorten the game?
Right.
Are you serious?
Right.
Are you crazy? I mean, I'm not the only one that feels like this. Mike Malone is saying the same thing here, too. He's saying, I hope we don't go to 10-minute quarters. I hope we don't go to 4-point line. I hope we don't become Barnum and Bailey, where we're just having to do whatever we have to do to keep viewership.
Wow. That's deep.
All of this seems about. Look, my thing is the NBA is flawed right now, and everybody can see it. And it has an issue, whether it be All-Star, which we talked about the dunk contest in the previous episode and how we're not loving that, whether it be even the 3-point contest now.
Yeah.
We had something good the last time we had it with Sabrina Ionescu getting the opportunity to be in it and face off against Steph. We were hoping that we were going to get Caitlin Clark versus another NBA player, in this year's opportunity, and she's declining it as you're seeing on your screen, and she's saying that she wants her first opportunity to be in Indianapolis this summer in the WNBA All-Star weekend. So, nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to be a part of what the NBA is doing right now. It's a bad look, and it's a really bad look for Adam Silver to say, hey, forget history, forget tradition, because everybody else is doing something different. The Europeans are doing something different over there. We have to assimilate to that. I can tell you right now, I don't know one person that I watch on a day-to-day basis or I'm friends with on a day-to-day basis that's watching EuroLeague basketball.
No.
And I got friends playing in Europe that ain't watching EuroLeague basketball.
That's right.
So why would we assimilate to that, to viewership and time and a 2-hour game and blah, 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 blah? It's lame, and I hate it.
And it stinks. I just think they're panicked. Do you feel better now, though, at least?
Yeah, I feel a little bit better.
I told him at the top of the show is therapeutic. That's why we've been around for 100 episodes. Cheers to 100 more.